Join us for our next trekker walk in and around Loanhead on Wednesday the 20th of September at 10 AM. We'll be meeting outside Loanhead Leisure Centre for a walk that's just around 4.5 to 5 miles, walking at a brisk pace, and it's free. So let's have a look at what we might see along the route. The path here was part of the Edinburgh, Loanhead and Roslin Railway, a railway line south of Edinburgh built primarily to serve mineral workings, although passenger trains were operated. It is also known as the Glencorse branch of the North British Railway. It opened from a junction at Miller Hill on the Waverley route to Roslin in 1874 and was extended to a location near Pennycook to serve Glencorse Barracks and a colliery in 1877 and to Pennycook Gasworks in 1878. Bilston Viaduct. To overcome the deep valley of Bilston Burn, a viaduct comprising 6 wrought iron lattice truss spans were erected under the supervision of its designer Thomas Bouch. Bouch also designed the doomed Tay Bridge, which collapsed over the River Tay in 1879. As a result of ground movement triggered by nearby coal workings, or perhaps due to issues found with its design following the Tay Bridge disaster, it was soon decided to reduce the number of piers from 5 to 2, a project that culminated in 1892 with the opening of a new bridge with 3 lattice bulk girders manufactured, erected and riveted together by P&W McClellan of Glasgow. Its engineers were James Carswell and James Bell. The work greatly benefited from the use of the original bridge as falsework. The central span is huge, measuring 330 feet long by 42 feet deep by 15 feet wide, carrying its single track at a height of 140 feet. Train passenger services over the viaduct ended in 1933, but coal traffic to Roslin continued to pass over until it closed on the 1st of June 1969. However, after a century in situ, a project in 1999 to bring the crossing back to life was approved. Costing £1.5 million in total, the work was undertaken with support from Historic Scotland, Midlothian Council and the Edinburgh Green Belt Trust. It was a precursor to the structure's reopening as a foot and cycle path. Walking is simple, free and one of the easiest ways to get more active, lose weight and become healthier. Sometimes overlooked as a form of exercise, walking briskly can help you build stamina, burn excess calories and make your heart healthier. You don't have to walk for hours. A brisk 10-minute daily walk has lots of health benefits and counts towards your 150 minutes of weekly exercise, as recommended in the Physical Activity Guidelines for adults aged 19 to 64. Dryden Farm, originally Dryden Mains Farm, was associated with the former Dryden Estate, but purchased by the University of Edinburgh in 1947 and developed as an animal breeding research centre, closely associated with the Roslin Institute. It is now run in conjunction with Langhill Farm to the northwest, where we're heading in a minute. The Battle of Roslin on the 24th of February 1303 was a Scottish victory in the First War of Scottish Independence. It took place here near the village of Roslin, where a force led by Scots John Comyn and Sir Simon Fraser ambushed and defeated an English reconnaissance party under Lord John Seagrave. Scottish historian John of Fordun wrote a description of the fight. There never was so desperate a struggle, or one in which stoutness of knightly prowess shone forth so brightly. The commander and leader in this struggle was John Comyn, the son. But John Comyn, then Guardian of Scotland, and Simon Fraser, with their followers day and night, did their best to harass and annoy. By their general prowess, the aforesaid king's officers and bailiffs. But the aforesaid John Comyn and Simon, with their abattoirs, hearing of their arrival and wishing to steal a march rather than have one stolen upon them, came briskly through Biggar to Roslin in one night with some chosen men who would choose rather death before unworthy subjection to the English nation, and all of a sudden they fearlessly fell upon the enemy. This monument, cairn, erected by the Roslin Heritage Society at the end of the 20th century, marks the site of the battle. At the start of the 21st century, the battlefield was under research to be inventoried and protected by Historic Scotland under the Scottish Historical Environmental Policy of 2009. Owned and operated by the University of Edinburgh, who bought the property in 2002, Langhill Farm is used for teaching and research primarily by the Royal School of Veterinary Studies and includes an on-site classroom. Extending to 618 acres, the farm is stocked with 220 cows and includes sizable sheds and milking parlour. It is operated in conjunction with Dryden Farm, we passed earlier. The easiest way to walk more is to make walking a habit. Think of ways to include walking in your daily routines. Examples include walking part of your journey to work, walking to the shops, using the stairs instead of the lift or the escalator, leaving the car behind for short journeys, walking the kids to school, doing a regular walk with a friend, going for a stroll with family or friends after dinner, or coming to one of our health walks. So why not get started today? If you're coming along on the walk, as always, please wear appropriate clothing and always bring waterproofs to deal with those regular Scottish downpours when they happen. Please also bring along a bottle of water to keep hydrated and wear appropriate shoes for various underfoot conditions. Join us once again for our next Trekker walk here in and around Loanhead, Wednesday the 20th of September, 10 AM, starting and finishing outside Loanhead Leisure Centre. If you'd like any further information, email the team wellbeing@midlothian.gov.uk. We'll see you there.